What's very unique to today is Fraternal Order of Police Day on the Hill, where police officers off duty come up here to lobby us as a legislature on issues that are important to the police. So today, while we stand here and proudly profess the year 2015, the year of the law enforcement officer, we hope that all of our colleagues' ears are open to the needs of law enforcement. But on behalf of the House and certainly the Senate and this entire building, we thank all of you that not only traveled up here, traveled down here, or traveled across here today, but who continue to protect us in our work as a legislature. Our law enforcement are the fabric. They protect the fabric of our society and are the fabric of our society, and we will not tolerate the ignorance that has been displayed to our law enforcement community. In 2 weeks, we all will be gathered again over at the Forum and in several counties across this Commonwealth, honoring those officers who have lost their lives last year in the line of duty. What's horrible is already this year, we're adding to the list for next year's ceremony. It has to stop. It's more than respect. It's accountability. We have to protect our law enforcement officers and the job that they do. As legislators, we have to stand with them, and we can disagree at times. But the number one goal of our law enforcement community when they strap on the badge and the gun is to protect us, to give us that right to assemble. Not to burn places down, not to run into police stations, but they protect our right to assemble, they protect our right to free speech, they protect our families, and they protect our ability, which we are elected to do, and that's govern.
I'm surrounded by a number of my colleagues from the Senate of Pennsylvania and the House of Representatives. We're here today to show our support for our heroes and to salute our law enforcement officials. I've introduced in the House, Representative Brown's introduced in the House, I've introduced in the Senate a resolution making 2015 year of law enforcement, or as we like to say, year of the cop. We did that in light of what's been happening in our Commonwealth and our country today. Our government guarantees us many freedoms. Unfortunately, there are those who like to take freedoms too far. So we're governed by the rule of law. And the first line of defense in the rule of law are the men and women who wear the blue and the gray, standing behind us here today. Our law enforcement officers, the vast majority of them, day in and day out, live up to their oath of office, take pride in wearing their badge, and protecting our property and our lives. It used to be when a law enforcement official answered the call for a burglary or an armed robbery, he or she worried about a situation where their life may be threatened. After 9/11, we've seen a dramatic change in the attitude in this country and in the world. Law enforcement officials are now being targeted because they wear a badge. We've seen it here in Pennsylvania. We've seen it in New York City, where 2 police officers were sitting, eating a meal, and assassinated. And we know of terror groups putting on websites for Americans to target the military and target law enforcement, simply because they know that these men and women are that line between law and order, respectability, and the breaking down the boundaries and anarchy. We in the Senate of Pennsylvania and the House of Representatives, and my friend and colleague, Representative Mike Vereb, joined me in organizing today and in making 2015 the year of law enforcement. Both chambers and our leadership, represented by Senator Corman here today, and the Senate, were unanimous in working with us to make sure that we took this important step, saluting our police officials. It's our belief that we need to stand firm as a Commonwealth to show our support to our law enforcement community, to keep them in our thoughts and prayers, and to make sure that we give them the resources they need, and to continue to educate the public as to the dangers of the job that these men and women face day in and day out to protect us.
I am very proud to be here today in the presence of so many members of the law enforcement community. We are here to show unity and support with you on behalf of all Pennsylvanians that we represent. This rally is taking place at a very important time. According to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund, we saw a 24% increase in the number of law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty in 2014 over 2013. Most disturbing, ambush attacks on police have tripled during that period. These aren't just statistics. They are real men and women who went to work expecting to come home at the end of the day. It is a difficult job, not only for you, but for your families who know the inherent risks that you face on every shift. You have to make split-second decisions that can dramatically change lives. You make those decisions with the best interests of the public in mind, and you do it very well. Just know how much we appreciate your service, and know that the vast majority of the people you protect feel the same way. As legislators, we must make sure you have every tool and resource you need to do your job effectively and stay safe while you do the same for the citizens you have sworn to protect. I ask my fellow Pennsylvanians to appreciate what our police do for us. Let's commit to standing against violence directed at our police. I dedicate House Resolution 232 declaring 2015 the Year of the Law Enforcement Official to all our brave men and women that serve and protect us. Thank you.
Very nice, Representative.